Okay, this is exciting. We're going to do an experiment. Okay, so this is lesson 2, part 2, conducting the experiment. So let's get started. Okay, so we already talked about the investigation question. What we're trying to figure out is, how does air get energy? And when we ask how air gets energy, what we're really asking about is energy transfer. We want to know how the energy is transferred to the air. So we have these two claims. We have claim 1, which is basically saying that energy is transferred from the sun to the air. And we have claim 2, that energy is transferred from the sun to the surface, and then from the surface to the air. So in this experiment that we're about to do, because it's a model, each of the parts of the experiment actually represents something else. So in this experiment, we have the sun, which is represented by the lamp. And when the lamp is on, that means it's daytime and the earth is receiving energy from the sun. The next thing we have is we have the rocks, which represent the surface of the earth, and those are set right on the edge of the table so that the lamp is hanging over. And we have one side that has no surface, and then the other side has a surface which is represented by the rocks. And then finally, the last part is, move that, the air represents the air just above Earth's surface. So let's move this up here so we can see the air. We have the air that doesn't have surface below it, and we have the air that does have surface below it. Okay. So we have the two claims, and claim 1 says that energy is transferred from the sun to the air. So as the energy travels across space from the sun, once it hits Earth's atmosphere, it begins to transfer energy, and the molecules in the atmosphere start speeding up, getting more kinetic energy, and therefore their temperature begins to increase. So if claim 1 were true, would you expect the air temperature with no surface, so we're talking about the side that doesn't have a surface, would you expect the temperature there to go higher, to go lower, or to stay the same as the air above the surface? So think about what your thoughts are about that. Take a moment to pause the video and record your ideas in your notebook or on a piece of paper, just to make sure that you kind of have a sense of what you'd expect from claim 1. Okay, welcome back. I hope you did pause it. If you didn't pause it, for real, pause the video, write down your thoughts, and then hit play again. Okay, so for claim 2, if that were true, what would you expect? So claim 2 is that energy is transferred from the sun to the surface of the earth, passes right through the atmosphere without affecting it at all, and then from the surface to the air. And so if claim 2 were true, would you expect the air temperature with no surface underneath to be higher, lower, or the same as the air above the surface? So in both times, think about the air with no surface, and what do you think would happen? If claim 2 is true, then would any energy be transferred to the air with no surface at all? If we look here at the difference here, this is showing the air with no surface and energy would transfer, and with claim 2, it doesn't look like this air can transfer. I meant that the energy can transfer to the air.